Hey everybody, it's Margo, and today in this one we'll be jumping into some discussion about the upcoming patch and kind of a bit of ranting because of some things, but let's just jump right into it. So recently I have resubbed and been playing WoW a little bit here and there. I will say that my BFA playtime is quite low and I haven't logged on that much. But 8.2 had a bunch of information revealed yesterday, and seeing it, I can't help but feel a little bit excited because a great deal of it actually looks really cool to me. Even when I haven't been playing, I diligently keep up with the news about WoW the entire time, pretty much. Just seeing it, if something would drastically change that might spark me into wanting to play again. And that's kind of what 8.2 is. I always love seeing new zones, quest lines. There's trinkets that basically appear to be like pieces of Azerite armor, but you can customize them pretty greatly from what I see, and overall it does seem kind of neat. But just as it has thus far throughout the X-Pack and BFA, it further continues to show me that developers just don't seem to be playing their own game at all. So in 8.1.5, we saw this new portal room being added. I'm obviously inside of it right now. It was an extremely good update, something that definitely was probably long overdue, if I'm being honest. It revamped the portals to the world and made everything much more tidy. Pretty cool that they went out of their way to do that. But, of course, in the process, they also went out of their way in effort to remove a lot of portals that really just made it simpler to access certain parts of the world. And if it weren't for the backlash, they wouldn't have even bothered re-adding the portal to the Caverns of Time. Overall, though, it was nice that they went to the effort to improve a certain part of the world that probably could use it. But of course, in doing so, they decided to remove something that wasn't necessary and take it out of the game, just leaving players wishing that it was back. So why do I even bring that up? Well, to no shock, here we go again, 8.2 revving up to have some of the coolest updates that I've seen Blizzard produce in a long time, in my eyes. And one of them is the ability to add certain types of equipment to your mounts. These equipments, as presented thus far, give a lot of useful effects that we've seen in the past. Like this picture reveals, you can have a parachute that will deploy if you dismount from really high. I think that's awesome. Jumping off a cliff to get down could be really, convenient. It's a very helpful little thing. There's another equipment that gives your mounts the ability to walk across water, like water striders currently function as. Guess what? That's actually awesome. I'm so tired of just seeing my water strider mount appear every time when I enter water because I have to mount up on that, and that was the only thing that functioned that way. So a little diversity would be a really, really great bonus. Then, of course, the other effect shown is the same as previous items which you could create to make it so your mount will be completely immune to daze. Really neat effects. There's probably more that are going to be previewed eventually, but these are the ones that were shown as of now. Anyways, it all sounds pretty cool, right? Well, of course, we can't have some fun without ruining something else. So when this goes through, they decided that the effect of water striders being able to water walk by default will be removed entirely. They won't have that ability. Why? I just don't get why they would do that. For one, it's a small change. Even pairing water walking effect with any of the mentioned abilities wouldn't really make that big of an impact to anything. So even if you had the ability to not be dazed, taking damage would still remove the water walking effect. You're going to fall in the water. It's not like the ability of not being dazed prevents that. And of course, there's people out there who spent loads of their time grinding out the water strider for the sole purpose it had over other mounts. I know some people that don't even care about cosmetics, and it's probably the only ground mount that they use for anything because they wouldn't like the idea of remounting just to have a water walking effect. So removing their ability and forcing people all into taking one option because their mount has this type of ability already seems rather lame. So if you've already, you're not allowed to pick anything else if you want the water walking effect. You're stuck with that because when you funnel through different equipment, you're not allowed to have like stacking effects. And a lot of these effects have been paired together for years anyways. Most of these come from crafted items that have already existed in the game, so it was possible to pair these effects together anyway for the longest time. It's just such a small thing that they have to go and ruin for legitimately no real reason, honestly. But that right there is one of the few examples of why I struggle to find joy in the current game. Because development just seems so misguided anymore that it makes me wonder how they come to certain conclusions. If something good exists in the game, and they decide to implement something else that is similar, has kind of a similar effect, but they remove the previous thing every single time because it kind of conflicts with what they want to implement. It's them guiding the game as they see fit, which, yes, they're allowed to do, but that removing something doesn't always give that pride and accomplishment that they're hoping we're going to achieve, because all it makes me think of is Ian as Thanos, and he has to perfectly balance the game the way he sees fit. I just can't help but feel every time there's a good update, they have to do something to step backwards twice to make sure that that update can't be appreciated to the fullest. Thank you for watching. Love to hear your feedback down below about 8.2. Do you think that it will be the breakthrough that WoW needs to really bring it back to a good point? Because they are revamping a lot of systems, it seems, and that can have positive or negative effects. It's really hard to see without the proof at this point. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.